All right. So what else you got other than Cartman?
All right. Well, it's time to fire up the end drives.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I'm gonna start off slow.
Oh, you're gonna work into it?
Yeah, we're gonna do a slow build here.
Mm-hmm. Phil, get your hand off your dick.
As you know, the political season is going full swing.
Right.
So get this.
All right.
A Detroit representative, Bettie Cook Scott.
Okay.
You know she's black because she's got 3 names.
Right, okay.
It's always 3 names.
Yeah.
Bettie Cook Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Her comment on her Asian opponent.
Yeah.
Now, this is a black woman making this comment.
So she's allowed, but go ahead.
Her comment was,
yeah.
Drum roll, please. Don't vote for the ching-chong.
Don't vote for the ching-chong.
That's what she said.
She put on a poster. Would have been great.
That must have been her slogan.
With just a picture of like a Chinese takeout with fucking two chopsticks in it sticking out of it.
Right.
Don't vote for the ching-chong.
Right.
Vote for me. Vote for me because my name has 3. You know? Don't vote for the ching-chong. Oh my God. She didn't think that might be a problem.
Well, it was a problem. Representative Bettie Cook Scott has issued
an apology.
Right, for her remarks.
Yeah. I thought they liked to be called ching-chong.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
What, do you have her apology?
Yes.
I have to hear how she's going to try and justify that she accidentally called him ching-chong.
Yep.
This ought to be good.
I deeply regret the comments I made that have proven hurtful to so many.
Have proven? You didn't think there was adequate proof before you said it? When did you say it? 1958? I mean, holy fuck. Unless she said it the day her husband died at Pearl Harbor.
Oh my God.
She can't really say that one. Ching-chong?
The ching-chong.
The fuck? But when she made the comment, was she watching fucking Sanford and Son? Because wasn't that guy's name Ching-chong or something?
I don't recall.
Achoo. Achoo.
Yeah, Achoo.
Yeah, that's about the only place you can get away with that. Oh my God. Okay.
In this day and age,
yeah.
How could anyone, I don't care who you are, think that you could just say, don't vote for the ching-chong?
Don't vote for the ching-chong. Just buy their food.
So anyway, she continues,
yeah.
Those words I never should have said.
Yes.
I humbly apologize to Representative Chang, her husband, Mr. Gray,
yeah,
and the broader Asian American community for those disparaging remarks.
Yeah.
And
further, I'd just like to say,
in the divisive age we find ourselves in, I should not contribute further to that divisiveness. I have reached out to Representative Chang to meet with her so that I may apologize to her in person.
Yeah. She said, wear one of those silly hats, you dumb bitch.
I pray. Look at Nathan. Damn, he's good.
God damn it, that's funny.
That is funny.
Jesus. All right, go ahead.
Look at Phil, who's above that.
What are you... Oh my God, Phil, God. Is that her?
That is her.
Jeez, man.
Holy shit.
What's the Chinese word for monkey? Holy shit.
Why is there a picture of Mackenzie Phillips and her dad in there?
Yeah, I was wondering the same question.
Papa John Phillips.
Yeah, what? I don't understand what we're looking at there, but okay.
I'm not sure what the relationship is there aside from that he banged her, I guess.
I like that Jimmy James has a logo for this segment.
End Drive.
The End Drive.
The End Drive.
Oh, my God. Now there's a logo?
Yes, there's a logo.
Surprised there's not a theme song.
There will be soon enough.
I'd imagine it's coming.
Somebody's going to make a theme song for the End Drive segment for the CMS. Yeah. She continues, I've reached out to Representative Chang to meet with her so that I may apologize to her in person. I pray she and the Asian American community can find in their hearts to forgive me.
Yeah, sure. But guess what? They sure as fuck ain't going to vote for you.
The ching-chong.
The ching-chongs.
More than a dozen community groups have called on Representative Bettie Cook Scott, a Democrat in Detroit.
Right.
That's a surprise. To apologize for a series of racial slurs sources said she used to describe her primary election opponent, Representative Stephanie Chang. Scott is alleged to have referred to Chang as ching-chong or ching-chang and the ching-chong to multiple voters outside of the polling precincts during the last Tuesday's election. She also said to have called on Chang's campaign volunteers as immigrants, saying, "You don't belong here. I want you out of my country."
Wow. She's a hell of a candidate.
I'm telling you. She and Maxine Waters need to get together and have a powwow.
But don't you think she'd be the first one, if this person fired back and said, "Shut up, you stupid nigger," don't you think that she'd be the first one crying for the hills?
Of course.
You know, unbelievable.
The only thing that the liberal left or the Democrats have to run on is racism.
Right.
That's all they have.
Yeah, because they sure don't produce anything of value.
Nothing.
No.
Chang and Scott were running in the Democrat Party for the state Senate District 1. Chang won the election with 49% of the vote. Scott came in third with 11% of the vote. These comments are offensive to all Asian Americans.
Are they?
Why aren't you just Americans?
Yeah.
Chang tells Metro Times, "It isn't about me. It's about an elected official disrespecting an entire population, whether they be Asian American, immigrant, or residents of the Senator's District 1 or her own current House district."
Okay.
The various off-color remarks were heard by multiple people connected with Chang, including Chang's husband, who spoke with Metro Times. Sean Gray says, after overhearing Cooks disparaging Chang outside of a precinct on the east side of Detroit, "I asked her not to speak about my wife in that manner. At that time, she said to the voter that these immigrants from China are coming over here and taking over our community."
Yeah.
Isn't that what 1 in a million is about?
Exactly.
Isn't that what he said?
Police and ching-chongs?
Yeah.
That's right. Get out of my way. Don't need to buy none of your fried rice today.
Right.
I could change the song for her.
He said they start some mini Iran.
Yeah. They start some mini Beijing.
Right.
Spread their fucking bird flu. It's not China.
Well, it's the same attitude, though.
I know. It is. Because everybody is the same. Everybody, if it's not you, then you're fucking scared of it, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to, but nobody just wants to admit it. Nobody just wants to say, look, in a perfect world, everybody would be segregated out. It's almost perfect because by countries, you know, up until we started having these fucking conflangled planes, you know, everybody stayed to themselves, you know. Now that we have planes, now everybody intermingles.
Right.
But in the end, when I hear people talk about racism and racial this and that. I just think that they all want to, that anybody that's engaged in that wants to be separated into whites are here and blacks are here and Asians are here and Indians are here and Muslims are here, and don't want, they wish that you could just cut the country up and say, okay, these are the white states and these are the black states and these are the red states. Don't you think that?
Well, they do, but they do that on a smaller level, especially over in the Detroit area.
Yeah.
Because there are sections over there that are like Muslim, and there are sections over there that are Indian, and there's sections over there that are white, and so everybody kind of like mind or of like whatever it is, they seem to settle in the same areas, and it's always been that way.
Right.
So it's really nothing new.
Right.
And you've made the point a million times here on the show about if you put, 5 black guys, 5 white guys, 5 Asian guys, and 5, whatever in one room, eventually everybody would kind of separate off into their own little factions or groups.
Yeah.
And that's just human nature. There's nothing you can really do about that.
I don't even know if it's human nature. It's just nature. Because if you did the same thing with, mice, cats,
elephants,
dogs and fish.
Yeah, they would all just sort of find their own. Yeah.
It's just the way it works, but nobody wants to actually believe that.
No,
dude. Let's play the game. If they were going to make White Town, and White Town was, let's say, the eastern seaboard, top to bottom eastern seaboard, we're going to call that new country White Town. Would you move there?
Well, again, if it was
completely segregated.
Well, I can't say that. Would that be my goal to move there? Or if I was employed in that area, would that be the area I would look at to live in?
What I'm saying is we're going to now cut this country into 5 pieces. We're going to have White Town, Black Town, Red Town, Muzzy Town, and everything else town, Asian Town. Okay? Those are our 5 new countries that we've made out of the United States.
So would I live in the white section?
Yeah, you
Probably.
can stay where you are.
Yeah.
You can stay where you are, which right now would be, by that definition, I guess would end up being Red Town, because that's the middle. Or you could go to a place that is 100% segregated, only white people. White Town. Would you move to White Town?
Well, there might be a high probability of that, yes.
Yeah. I mean, because industry and everything else would be the responsibility of those people that live in that area.
Right.
I would move to White Town.
Sure.
Not because I have any racial thing, but because I know that the white people would fucking get off their ass and fucking build some businesses.
Well, that's a racist statement there, Mr.
I don't give a shit if it's a racist statement. I know it would be true because I'd be one of them. I think I personally could survive in anywhere because, in real life, I really don't give a flying fuck. I just don't care. But unfortunately, the downside of that is the ones that get fucked with are generally the ones that are not racist, because you put yourself in bad positions trying to prove that you're not a racist.
Well, it's no different than that article that I know you took a lot of glee with those guys who rode their bicycles into the Taliban.
Oh, I love that.
And they got their head chopped off.
I love that.
But, that's the attitude. It's like, hey, these are great guys. We just got to show them that we're cool and, we're tolerant and, everybody's the same. And they went, who the fuck are you, shitwad? And they cut their heads off.
Well, dude, it's the same thing. I mean, you work in Southside. You work in the fucking uber ghetto of Chicago.
Yes, and believe me, the police and emergency vehicle activity yesterday was just unbelievable.
Before a holiday, man.
It was. All I heard was sirens all day.
People shooting each other over getting their weekend supply of coke and crank.
Whatever it was. But boy, those cops were up and down those streets like crazy.
But hear my point out.
Okay, I'm going to listen intently.
All right. with Southside,
Yes.
you would find those same people that rode those bikes into the Taliban place thinking that they could ride their bikes at midnight in Southside.
Right.
Because they're not. Do you agree that they're not, that those two that died were clearly not racist?
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. And I think that they have this worldview that, again, this goes all the way back to even the John Lennon days. All we are saying is give peace a chance, so, hey, we're no threat to you guys. Hey, we think you guys are cool. Oh, yeah? Cut their heads off.
Well, and I think the same would happen in Southside. If you were walking the street tonight, right now, in Southside, odds are good you ain't coming out of there.
You're probably right.
And it's not, and it has nothing to do with your racial because if you're in that area, it's because you believe that you could be there without a problem.
That's correct.
But it's the other side that would be like, what are you doing in our neighborhood, white motherfucker?
Right.
So it's not, I'm always of the belief that the racism is always backwards. Anybody that's pointing the finger of racism is generally the racist. Because they are almost always the one that has the uncomfortability with the other race. Almost always. Is that wrong?
No, not at all. And that takes me back. The comedian Louis Anderson.
Sure.
He had a HBO special way back in like 1980. I'm going to say it was like 89 maybe.
Okay.
And he was doing a little shtick about dealing with crack dealers and stuff like that.
Right.
And he was talking about exactly that thing. He said, you wouldn't just walk up to the crack dealer and go, hey, any chance you guys would be nice to me? Boom!
Exactly. Exactly, dude. There's a reason that it is that way. But to me, the racial component comes from the side, not from the side that's trying to integrate. It's always from the other side. It's definitely there's always, look. You know what? And I can only spew from my experience, mostly in the military. You're in the military, there really isn't a whole lot of color day to day. At least on the work schedule, there's not. You're working with whoever you're working with. That's it, And those of us that got along great did not give a shit about fucking color.
Yeah, you're just there to do a job.
Yeah, we were there, and I mean, they were fucking with us in basic training and whatnot, and it just didn't matter. We all worked together. We all worked as a team, and we all got everything done. The racial component was not there. And that's the way if you put everybody in the same mental place, the racial component's not there. Now I move fast forward to when I got to Korea, to my active duty station. When we were working, the racial component was still never there. It was never there. But man, when we got off work, everybody segregated themselves like immediately.
Yeah, of course.
You got off work, it was like the black guys were on this side of the building, the white guys were on this side of the building. And there were a few of us that straggled in between both. My love of rap music kept me in with the brothers as much as it did with the whitey whites, and it just didn't matter. But the reality was most people, once they got off work, they wanted nothing to do with each other. They have different culture, they have different ideas, they have different likes and hates, and chicks that they like to bang and fucking drinks that they like to drink. Why do you have to integrate all that shit? That's what I never understand. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of forced integration? To what? To put a bunch of people in an uncomfortable situation? I don't get it. And I don't know am I sounding like a total fucking Klansman?
Not at all. But getting back to this congressperson in Detroit.
Yeah.
Further, she said, it disgusts me seeing black people holding up signs for these Asians and not supporting their own people.
Jesus. All right. Now, she might be a little racist.
Yeah. Well, she's black. She can't be racist.
Good point, Neely. Good point.
Mm-hmm. Gray, who is black, says Scott then went on to call him a fool for marrying Chang.
Or ching-chong, as we like to know her as.
Of course. At another precinct in Detroit's East English Village, Scott was overheard telling a voter, "Thanks for voting for me. You don't need to vote for that ching-chang." That comment was relayed to Metro Times by Kalaya Long, a volunteer with Voices of Women to Win. As an African-American woman, I've been called the N-word before in my life. You never forget it, says Long. Each time it's shocking and appalling and disgusting. So when you hear someone that is a minority and a woman using slurs against another minority that is a woman, it's just mind-boggling, and it just felt dirty.
Mm-hmm. And I needed to tell. So I went to Mommy and said, "Mommy, they said mean things."
Right.
Ugh.
I need to report this.
I gotta tell on you, 'cause I can't say those words, so why can you? Ugh, I hate her.
Scott did not respond to the email and the phone call seeking her comments. She currently represents Detroit's South Side in 3 of the Grosse Points and was endorsed by Detroit Mayor Mike Dugan in her bid to become a state senator. Yeah. The call for an apology is being led by a group of Asian and Pacific Islander American voters.
Pacific Islander Americans. That's a new one to me. I was unaware that we had Pacific Islander Americans.
Why does everybody have to be called out for their
heritage?
Heritage, yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, I don't go around saying that I'm Scottish American or English American or German American or whatever it is that I have in my DNA.
I don't even know. And that's not even a lie. I have no idea what my heritage is. I'm going to assume some kind of Irish because my grandmother always went to that fucking Blarney Stone and kissed it once a year.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely Irish because my last name, it comes from Ireland, McNeely or O'Neill. It comes from the O'Neill name.
I can't imagine what Aiken comes from. Comes from the pain in the ass family. Long line of pain in the asses.
Elected officials should be held to a higher standard of professional conduct and respect people of all racial and ethnic backgrounds. No elected official or candidate for the office, regardless of political affiliation, should use stereotypical imagery or language. The use of these stereotypes is counter to the progress of our country, which our country has made over the past decades to encourage, respect all of our communities.
Who's saying that?
The
complainer?
Let's see here. No, the API Vote Michigan said in a statement.
Oh,
I don't know what that is. That must be an organization.
Yeah. No, that was the Association of, what was it? Pacific Americans?
Something like that.
Pacific Island Americans? The Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
Association of Pacific API. Association of Pacific Islanders.
It could be.
There you go.
Other groups have called on Scott to apologize, including, here's another association, the Association of Chinese Americans, the African Bureau of Immigration and Social Affairs, American Citizens for Justice, the Detroit Hispanic Development Corporation, and Equality for Michigan.
I have a question for all these organizations. Why is it so important to you to have this lady lie that she's sorry?
Yeah.
Why is that important to you? She doesn't mean it. She's never going to mean it.
Of course not.
She's just getting up there to tell the lie that you want. That's the only reason anybody apologizes. There's never been an apology in the history of racial slurs in the past 10 years that has ever been truthful. Not one. Everybody doesn't mean it. They're just doing spin control. And you're too dumb to get that? And let's be even more clear. None of you are going to come out when she does say, what I said was horrible and it just shows how lacking in diversity and I need training in this and I'm going to go to training to get better schooled in diversity, and I'm going to visit your restaurants and eat your Chinese food so that I understand your culture. Once she's done saying all this bullshit, not one of these organizations is going to go, you know what? She seemed pretty heartfelt, so we're going to accept her apology. She made a mistake, but let's move on as a people.
Right.
No one's going to fucking say that ever. Instead, they're going to be like, well, she admitted it. Fire her. She's got to be fired. She's got to be castigated out of society. Kill her. That's where they go with it. They go all the way to the other end. Have you ever seen one where anybody ever accepted an apology?
No, of course not.
Never. So why fucking do it?
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Well, I would enjoy an apology from her only if she said, I really be sorry and shit.
I only want her to apologize if she does it in Japanese or Chinese or whatever it is. Miss Chang. Shim-ka, shim-ni-kan-kan-ka. Hein-kan-ka, ching-chong. Hook-ta, hin-cha-cho. Ching-cha-cho. Ha-Buddha. Thank you.
Kendall Peters, she's sorry for monkeying around.
Wow. That might be racist.
Wow.
There you go.
So there you are. These are people behaving badly.
Apparently so.
All right. Here's something that
So that was the warm up?
that was the warm up.
Oh Jesus.
This is the really harsh shit right here.
Okay.
An audio recording catches a Georgia school superintendent using the N-word like it's 1799.
Like it's 1799? How did they use it back then?
Well, I guess that's during the day of slavery.
Glory be.
Court documents featuring audio recordings of a Georgia school superintendent either exposes the administrator's racist attitude toward black people or highlights his fine reenactment skills in his role as a plantation owner from the antebellum South who is displeased with his field hands' cotton-picking efforts.
All right, now, remember, we're not allowed to say cotton picking anymore.
Well, I know. That's racist, too.
You can't say you're out of your cotton picking mind.
Nope, you can't do that.
Can't say that anymore.
According to the Atlantic Journal-Constitution, Buford School Superintendent Gay, I think that's how you say his name, G-E-Y-E. How would you pronounce that?
Well, gay sounds funny, so we'll go with
Is
gay.
it guy or gay?
I think it's gee.
Gee?
I think so, because the E would make the first E long.
Okay.
But I like gay better.
All right. Well, we'll call him gay.
We'll call him gay.
Gay Hamby, Hamby, is the focus of a racial discrimination lawsuit after the district fired the 66-year-old Mary Ingram.
Okay.
Ingram was employed by the district for 18 years, mostly as a paraprofessional. What is a paraprofessional?
I mean, I know what a paralegal is.
Yeah, but it's paraprofessional.
I don't know. Almost a secretary?
I guess, and was one of the first dozen students to graduate from Buford schools after the district was integrated in 1970.
Okay.
In 2014, she presented a petition to the school board to integrate gold into the district's colors to commemorate the black schools that were once a part of the district. I was afraid we were about to lose our heritage. Now, wait a minute. This lady, she's asking to remember the heritage. But yet people in the South who have heritage with the Confederate flag or a statue or whatever, they can't have that, though.
That's your dog whistle blowing.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just asking the question.
You know that flag that's just a dog whistle.
All right.
I hate racists.
Okay.
I hate black people.
Right. So she wanted to integrate the color gold into the school's colors to commemorate the black schools that were once a part of the district.
Right.
I was afraid we were about to lose our heritage, Ingrid told the Journal-Constitution. I wanted them to know it was important to the community. Does she speak for the community?
And by the community, she means her.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
In response, Ingram said she began receiving negative write-ups after years of being a model employee and was ultimately fired after a confrontation with Hamby.
Okay.
As part of the court filings, lawyers representing Ingram presented evidence of Hamby's racism, including 2 audio recordings of Hamby talking to someone on a construction site. Where do these recordings come from?
I don't know.
Channeling his inner plantation-owning personality.
Wow. Was he reincarnated?
I guess. Apparently so. Can you get me, show me your general, how many of these deadbeat niggers we employ? Hamby asked the unidentified man.
Jesus.
Now, who had the presence of mind to say, oh, here comes Hamby, hurry up, get your iPhone out and hit record?
No kidding.
I mean, who thought to do this right away?
Maybe it's because he's dressed like Colonel Sanders.
Oh, here comes that fucking Hamby guy again. Get your iPhones out.
Yeah, he doesn't have a bucket of chicken. He must be getting ready to say something racist.
Right. So he says, can you get me, show me our general, how many of these deadbeat niggers we employ? Hamby asked the unidentified man, following up his inquiry with, have you got more of these big niggers than ones from the temporary agency?
Lordy be, bring them over and let me check their teeth. Lordy be. Jesus Christ.
He airs his frustrations over deadbeat nigger who was caught using his cell phone while waiting on a forklift yelling, fuck that nigger. I'd kill that goddamn, shoot that motherfucker if they'd let me.
Lordy. Take off Kunta's foot. Kunta cannot be running from me. I declare, Kunta needs to be dealt with.
Right. Well, check out what's going on with all those niggers down there.
Jesus.
In a later conversation, Hamby recounts how someone named Philip dismissed 2 black workers. I know Philip told 2 of the niggers to get off the job site. Send us a park quality person. Don't send us deadbeat niggers from the temp service.
Unbelievable.
We've got young kids right here that put in the work. They can do more than the deadbeat niggers can.
Wow. My goodness.
I know. Ingram's attorney said the recordings were submitted anonymously. Of course they were.
Of course.
But have been verified by independent experts who were prepared to testify to the veracity of the tapes.
I'm going to guarantee you one thing. This guy never bought a copy of Roots.
Get this. It really pays to be a superintendent of a school.
Yeah.
Hanby makes $308,000 per year.
Jesus.
As a superintendent of a 4,800 student Buford school district.
I'd like to correct you. Hamby used to make
$308,000.
Hamby right now is on the unemployment line.
I know. Holy shit, though. Seriously? And in the district, it was ranked as the top school district in the state of Georgia last year, according to Niche.
Oh, yeah?
It's because Hamby knows how to keep them niggers in line.
Guess so. I bet you they had a terrible athletic program. There wasn't any of them in the school.
Hanby says he's been instructed not to comment publicly on the case, adding, This is a personal legal matter pertaining to a disgruntled employee.
Right.
Administrators at Beaufort City Schools, which is 46% minority according to the Public School Review, has not responded to the Roots' request for comment. The Beaufort City School Board is 100% white.
Right.
So there you are. Well, what I don't understand is, what is his position on a construction site?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
You know, he's the school board superintendent, but apparently these recordings were made on a construction site.
Is it a field trip?
I don't know.
What the hell? Well, why is he yelling all this shit?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. Well, there's some kind of a video or audio here. I don't know what this is.
I must hear the audio.
I don't know what this is, so I can't guarantee you what it is. So I'm going to play it, but we'll see.
All right.
Let's see here. This audio recording is submitted as part of the lawsuit against Hamby.
Okay.
The unredacted recording includes repeated use of a racial slur for African Americans and profanity.
What are you charging us for on a regular basis? Can you get me show me on our general conditions how many of these damn deadbeat niggers he been playing? Well, goddamn, they said they's from a temp service, so I guess however many you got, I mean, have you got more deadbeat niggers than the ones from the temp service?
Say some was inside there working.
No, those laying the pavers aren't the same ones.
That's a totally different. That's a contract.
Well, you got deadbeat niggers that said that. Philip went over there and motherfuckers were sitting there on the cell phone. And he went over there and they sitting there and one of them got smart with him after he asked him what he's supposed to do.
They's waiting on a phone.
And he said he worked for the temp service. And he didn't have to do what the fuck we tell him to do. Fuck that nigga. I'll kill his goddamn shoot that motherfucker if they let me. Alright, well, figure out what's going on with all the niggers down here. Thank you.
Wow. My God. That might be racist.
What I want to know is who just, again, has the presence of mind to sit there and record this.
Yeah, I have no idea. Unless he was going on for about 15 minutes and they just caught the tail end of that.
I guess. Well, there's more.
Oh, wow. Let's hear.
With a fucking attitude on top of that.
And it is. And then they had a damn attitude when Philip spoke to him. He told him to get off the job site, but check it out for me. Hell, I didn't even have time to talk to Dennis about it because Philip and Dennis already talked about it, and I know Philip told two of the niggas to get off the damn job site.
I told him I was going to send her down.
Find out. I mean, goddamn it, send us a park quality person. Don't send us a deadbeat nigger from a temp service. Well, shit, we can find you some kids around here that want a damn job. That's good people, yeah. Well, look, we've got young kids right here that put in the work. They ain't no more than a damn deadbeat nigger. And they don't have, and y'all pay them with it. Well, we can skip them through us or something. Well, I'd rather do that than what we're doing, but I mean, it's too late on this damn job. Find out why in the hell we still have it. Thank you, Bye.
Jesus.
So that sounds like a phone call that was recorded.
Yeah, it does. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, he's unemployed.
Yeah, but again, I got to wonder about, the context of where he was using this language. I mean, he's a superintendent for the school, but apparently he has something to do with some kind of a construction site.
Yeah.
Like it's a secondary business or something.
That could be. Maybe he's a part owner. I mean, he makes a shit ton of money. Maybe he's a part owner of the construction company.
Yeah.
Who knows? But He's certainly not going to be teaching anybody or superintending anybody anytime soon. Jesus. Yeah, he's fucked.
So again, with the smartphones and everything, somebody obviously recorded the conversation.
Wouldn't you love to hear his conversation when he got home and told his wife he was fired?
Right.
Mavis, you're not going to believe what them goddamn niggers got me fired for.
Right.
They got me fired for saying the word nigger. You know that's the conversation that was going on. Him just screaming at old Mavis, and her going, yes, dear. It's okay, dear. Just horrible. Oof.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
All right. Well, I'm going to play a couple. Do what now?
It's not quite ching-chong, but it's pretty bad.
Well, that's what I said. The ching-chong was the warm-up.
Yeah. Wow. Just a mess. Wow. People are just a disaster.
I know. In this day and age, man, if you have a bent for talking that way or acting out that way, black, white, Asian, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Everything goes on record now.
Right.
You need to just, you just need to chill. If you're going to talk that way or whatever, you just got to do it among your buds.
Right. Exactly.
If you have a penchant for doing that, you need to just kind of watch your back anymore.
Right. Well, you need to not do it is what you need to do.
Yeah, basically. That's what where I'm going with that.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it in your house, and even then it's risky. Honestly.
Yeah, well, look at what happened to that former Lakers owner.
Yeah. Dude, anymore you have to let people in your house kind of like Sons of Anarchy when they got around the table and they would they would throw all their cell phones in a box.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do now. Coming into my house, throw your phone over there.
Well, remember that chick that turned in that owner for the Lakers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She recorded him inside of his own house.
That's why I'm saying you got to leave the phones out. You got to do the Better Call Saul. Leave your phones in the fucking mailbox before you come in the house. No electronics.
Yep. Well, that's why people are going with the dumb phones now.
Yeah, I'm sure you're on your way to getting one, aren't you?
Yeah. No smartphones for me anymore.
That's right. That's your next step.
Got to keep it on the download now.
Right.
All right, well, I'm going to play a couple of tunes. We'll come back and we'll wrap up the show.
All right, sounds good.
All right, I'm going to play some Warrant.
All right.
Something from their Dog Eat Dog record.
Okay.
And I haven't heard this one in a while. This is The Hole in My Wall.
All right.
So here it is. It's Warrant exclusively here.
On your Classic Metal Show.
Hey, this is Jerry Dixon of Warrant, and you're listening to the Classic Metal Show. Crank it up.